We dig down into the main source of the story, looking over to every angle of the news and providing the audience a better perspective on the issue. This is Watchlist, where public interest matters. Hi everyone, I am Alvin Pelobello. On the program today, a philanthropist with a huge experience in business industry and financial education, multi-awarded visionary leader and financial enthusiast with more than half a decade of his life, more than half of his life engaging in evolving business industry. Let's find out what we can learn from his expertise, especially for those who are planning and starting to join in the industry. And where does the Philippines stand on the evolving market of cryptocurrency, path towards financial freedom and economic stability amid challenges in global economics brought by geopolitical tensions? Ladies and gentlemen, would like to welcome here in Euro TV Philippines, Honorable Excellency Dr. Johan Sachtouras'personal. Sir, good morning. Welcome to the program. Welcome to Euro TV Philippines.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to be in your TV and connect with the audience today.
It is our pleasure to have you with us, sir, this morning. Now, first off, you are in the business industry, financing for more than half of your life. Can you share with us how do you get there, or how do you get to this success in your own?
You plan ahead. Everybody has a dream. Some people want to be a pilot. I don't know, would you like to be a pilot? That's part of the dream. Or a captain. Or somebody wants to work as a doctor or an attorney. From a young age, young children, they start developing this dream or fantasy or an idea. So my idea was, how can I travel the world, learn from people, and share knowledge, and what will be the most important topics? Marketing and economics. Marketing will get you exposure, and financing will get you the money. And that's how I started.
Why did you choose to be in the industry of financing and marketing, sir?
Well, from a very young age, I was in tour and travel business, and service for us was very important. But also realized for people those days there was no internet, no social media, no Facebook, nothing of that. So how you bring travelers to your own country? Well, you have to go and connect with travel agents, one-on-one. Now remember, travel like in Philippines, the hotels are not exclusive. Everybody can come from everywhere. Airlines are not exclusive. Car rentals are not exclusive. So a tour operator, when we create tour packages, the museum, archaeological sites, hotels, cruise lines are non-exclusive. The only difference is packaging, pricing, and service. So pricing is always, you can find it. But good service is very important. But how do you get there? By marketing the company, the service, the product the right way. So that's how I learned, first of all, marketing. And then the economics came after that.
You were, what was your age during when you realized that this is the type of the industry you wanted to be in?
Around 20 years of age, when I was very young.
But you have a prior work experience before, prior to this being engaged in such industry?
No, since I was 14 years young, I used to work with my father in the tour operation, packaging, hotels, negotiation, tour vacations, and so forth. But when I was around 20 years young, I started dealing with tens of thousands of travelers, groups coming into Greece, to Athens. And then you have these groups that they are very happy, and they start leaving tips, $10, $20, $30, $50. Because the salary was very small, but the tips sometimes were more than the salary. Then I started realizing that, hey, there is something here that I need to learn. Beyond employment, what else is there available? That's how my mind started to go into the business. And financing came right after that. It's amazing how evolution takes place.
How important is setting goals when you would you like to, or at least you have an idea to enter the marketing and the business world? How important is setting goals?
Extremely important. However, there are two components to a goal. Is that a fantasy or a vision? Is that a dream or is something that can become reality. Most people would love to change their life. Now, I know that some of you, many of you, would like to change your life, make it better. But do you have a plan? Is it in writing? Sometimes when you start writing, most people feel this doubt. Will it be real? Can I make it? Can that happen? I had the same feelings at the beginning. So first I wrote a few goals, more money, without having definition though. I want to make more money. I want to have a better life. I want to live to a better house. I want to have a better car. But at the beginning, I did not put how much money, what kind of house, or what brand of a car. Just more. More is not enough. You have to be more specific. So through the years, I realized that I took many seminars. I had very good mentors. They said to me, "Don't write just 20 goals. Write as much as you can." I could not find more than 20 goals. And then he helped me. And I like to help you as well. See, most people's goals, what is it? A better house, a better car, a better job, travel the world, save some money. Now, what about these hidden desires? Like a nice Gucci sunglasses. How about this special tie with diamonds? How about a Mont Blanc pen? How about a nice ring? How about a nice brand of shoes? When you start writing down the materials first, because you can actually see them in your mind, then you have to shift. How about better health? How about more knowledge? How about higher level of education? How about defining and discovering your own purpose in life? Because when you understand why you want certain things, how to accomplishment, it will be a lot easier.
Now, setting a quality of life for our viewers right now, how should they start by setting a good quality of life? How can they start by, of course, setting this goal of having a good quality of life?
Well, they need to define what quality life means to them. You have a middle class family, both are working, basic salary. That's the reality. So for them to go from 2-bedroom to 4-bedroom, or from 1 car to 2 car, it means they need more money. But will that give them better quality life? Because they're only going to change the monetary asset of their lives. What about communication? What about relationships? See, those all are also important. You can be in a 1-bedroom house with a family, tight, but they can be very happy. See, happiness is more valuable than money. Peace of mind and inner peace is more important than money. So when we say quality life, sometimes many people confuse that quality life with more money. It's not just more money. It's a way of life.
You've mentioned that you plan the future ahead, but how important is having a discipline? Because, of course, for more than half of your life, you've been in the industry of getting lots of money or earning lots of money through your efforts. But of course, having discipline is such an impactful thing that you should have as being in the business industry. So how important is the discipline in such or in any kind of industry that we have?
Well, let me define discipline for you. It's called self-responsibility. See, when you make an appointment at 10 a.m. and you come at 10:20, you're already late. Or it was traffic. No, you left late. So discipline starts with self-responsibility. And discipline is boring sometimes because you have to do whatever you said you were going to do, regardless sometimes how you feel or where you are. But discipline will help you get very far in life. Can you learn discipline? Absolutely. Start with yourself. Set specific time every morning to wake up. Do certain tasks in the morning. Every morning, I drink a glass of water, room temperature, with lemon and a little bit of salt before I drink or eat anything else. So to do that every single day, you have to create what? A plan of action. It's called discipline. Meditation is very important, 10 to 15 minutes a day. But most people, they say they are too busy. Are you too busy? They call it, I'm very active, but are you productive? Discipline will help your productivity. It's something that people can learn.
It's a very good point, sir. We're trimming down. We're just delivering your experiences and your wisdom that you've learned for the entire half of your life in the industry. And later on, we're going to discuss about the cryptocurrency. But for now, would like to ask you, have you ever been broke before? And how did you get up in that situation?
Broke? Yep. You mean when I filed Chapter 11 in the U.S. bankruptcy? Or 2 times where I've lost everything and you start again?
I'm interested with you lost everything, sir.
Yes, but there have been like 2 major times in my life. Out of my personal control in a way. We're all responsible. And sometimes you extend yourself too far or too much. And then it happened. The first time was very devastating, unexpected, 9/11. And that really, I lost the whole set of businesses. The second time was 2008 with the collapse of real estate. But every time there is an unfortunate situation and you lose not everything but most of it, that learning experience, the emotional control, and the bounce back is faster and bigger than the first time. So failure is nothing more than a new experience and a great lesson. That's how I see it.
And that's why discipline is very important. Because disciplining yourself by having controllable emotions comes around in a very successful way that could help you. Help you in reality.
There are 3 things that I tell everybody in many seminars. Time management, very important. Emotional management, very important. And financial management. When you can actually manage, control, document, plan ahead, those 3 areas, it will be a lot easier to navigate through life, because life is challenging every single day.
So, you've mentioned those, having 3, time, emotional management, and the financial management. But how would you like to define success? Because success is very subjective. But in your perspective, sir, how do you define success?
My point of view, long time ago, I thought that successful people are rich people. It's not true. Success is not only about money. Through life, I realized that success starts, number 1, with yourself. Make yourself feel good first. See, if you're not good, you cannot help anybody. Successful relationships, balanced life, that's success. Helping others, contributing, participate, have a way to donate, even if it's a little bit. Doesn't have to be. People ask me, how much should I donate? I don't know, 1,000 pesos. But only 1,000. Start with 1,000. It's called the act of giving. When you start giving, how do you feel? Good. That's successful. Then you start slow. Anything we do in life, we can start slow and create the habit. So success is not only how you dress. You can dress nicely and have a very nasty attitude. You know, you should always respect everybody, no matter what job they have. Rich or poor, every human being deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. That's success. It's not just money. Yeah.
Sir, you've mentioned earlier, this is off-com, that years before that you're starting in the industry, before you started in the industry, you are manifesting to have such a luxurious car and, of course, huge amount of money. But how does the manifestation works? Because, of course, we are talking about you do manifest things that you wanted to do or wanted to achieve. You dream about things, but you have to manifest it. But how should we would like to impart or at least put our efforts that our manifestations comes into reality?
I tell you that 1979, I was 19 years young. Yes. I was in Italy with a specific group of people for tour and travel. in Milano, by the way. And we had a very small VIP group of very highly successful business people. When I saw the way they were dressed, I was, wow, I like these suits. But then I had to go and overview their rooms in the hotel. Presidential suites, massive, luxurious room. I've never seen this before. So I like that. Then they came with these nice black cars, Mercedes-Benz. One was actually a Rolls-Royce. Since that day, I fell in love with the Rolls-Royce. Well, of course, it was too expensive. It was out of my reach. But since that day, something happened inside of me, and I felt it, that I want to be like them. How do I get there? How can most of my friends, they said, John, you are dreaming. This is impossible. Well, if you say that it's impossible, I see I am possible. So I started writing my goals, my dreams, but I never lost the faith and the belief that at some point, it might take time. Actually, it took time. It took a few years. Not a few, a lot of many years. But if you don't allow the reality of today consume your mind, if you don't allow distractions consume or derail your thinking, one of the biggest advice that I had those days was go to the most luxurious hotels, 5-star, go to the lobby, have a coffee, go to expensive restaurant, have a tea, go to the shopping mall, the most expensive shops, try the suits, the shoes, go to the luxurious Rolls-Royce, Mercedes-Benz dealerships. They're not going to throw you out. Just look around, get in the car, sit inside. Allow your body and your eyes and your senses to connect with what you really want. We call it connect with the environment. Slowly, it might take some time, but if you keep focusing and you improve yourself, your knowledge, your education, your personal development, leadership skills, you plan ahead, you need to focus in what it is that you want and don't allow people around you to distract from your goal. Even though they told me that I was crazy, I was too young, what do I know? It's not possible, it's too far away, it's not going to happen. I did not listen to them. I listened to my inner voice. And after a couple of decades, these manifestations, I call it the right relationships. The right people will come to you when it's the right time. They say when the student is ready, the master shows up.
Oh, it's a good wisdom, sir. I always look up on that it's a Bible phrase actually that when your time has come, the Lord will make it happen, and that's one of the wisdoms I am instilling with myself. All these years I've been in the industry of journalism. Now, thank you for that, sir. I really appreciate it. Sharing your experiences of having those manifestations comes into reality. And of course, you are in the business, marketing business, financial, and you've been teaching a lot of people. You've been in 19 countries with more than 200 cities across the globe to spread your wisdoms, the values that you have, and of course to share the financial education that you have. But just a short information about what you have. We're talking about financial education. What are the few steps or at least values that a person should have before he enters or at least start engaging in business industry?
One of the biggest advice that I can give each and every one of you, if you cannot manage $100, how would you manage $100,000? If you overspend, or if you buy by impulse, by emotion, and not by logic, if you don't respect money in a way, money management, if you don't understand there is 4 categories that everybody should protect their money. It doesn't matter if it's 1,000 pesos or 1,000,000 pesos. 10% should be for saving. Actually, savings, you should never touch it. That's my advice. The more you save, it will give you self-confidence. That means your vibrations will go higher. Peace of mind. It doesn't have to be a lot. 10%. You never touch. 10% of your income. Emergency funds. For rainy day, for unexpected circumstances. 10% for some kind of an investment or business opportunity or something that can generate more income for you. And then the rest is to manage your lifestyle. But what do I see around the world? I see people spending too much money in unnecessary things at the wrong time. And they always end up with no money. And then all the shops around the world, they give this up to 70% off certain period of the year. And this is where everybody goes to spend whatever they don't have to buy what they cannot buy today, and they get loans, line of credit. So they end up paying 2 to 3 times whatever they purchased. They purchase by impulse. There are certain things that are necessary, I understand. But money management, when you start taking care of the money and you see how it multiplies, discipline, by the way, that starts from there, then you'll see how more money will keep coming in your life. See, financial management doesn't have to be with $1 million. 1,000 pesos.
Because everything starts with little things. It doesn't have to
Develop the habit.
Yeah. It doesn't have a lot of money to start a business.
To do 50 push-ups in one day, you start with 5.
Yes, of course. And later on, it grows and it grows and it grows. Now, we're talking about this because you are in the business of cryptocurrency. And of course, I'd like to ask you, do you see this as path towards financial freedom and economic stability of a certain country?
Absolutely. When you look around the future, I'm right now an advisor for the first decentralized banking platform. So we understand where the crypto is going. Crypto will be the future. Now many banks around the world, they start to adopt. Crypto, the exchange, the payment is extremely fast and less expensive than the banking. So with that said, cryptocurrency is something that I will advise everybody to study, to learn. Not to go to all these crazy projects where they offer you too much money every day, Don't fall for these promises. But educate yourself in crypto because that's the future.
So that's something you are you're adding in your financial education that you are talking with different people across the globe.
Yeah, the last year and a half now, I study a lot about blockchain, about Web3, about decentralized financing, about cryptocurrency, about the value, the instability, the up and down. But at the same time, you will see, and that's what's happening right now in different countries. Cryptocurrency itself is getting very friendly in many countries. And it will be, the real money is not going to go away, but it will be a very good synergy between the banking and crypto at the same time. And that's what we're working on.
So here in the Philippines, of course, you're here with rather than to travel that you usually does in most of your travel across the globe, you're here because of this business of cryptocurrency and amid global challenges that we are facing right now brought by geopolitical tensions. We're talking about the economic impact of, let's say, for example, the war in Iran that has a global impact on oil industry that has blocked the Strait of Hormuz, and most countries across the globe are being, at least we can say, controlled of using oil supply from Iran. Now, of course, this cryptocurrency, are you seeing this as one of the major reflex that we can rely on, aside from other kind of export or imports that the Philippines does have right now?
You will see that during the last decades, as far as you can remember, has always been global, unfortunate situation between war. Without going to politics and governments, there have been cases like the economy collapsed in certain areas, the stock market collapsed, the cryptocurrencies prices value went down. Now we have the situation with the Gulf War in Iran and so forth. So every global crisis, there is always an opportunity. We as the public, we don't have actual total control to actually stop. We can participate, we can raise our voices, but the only thing we can do is hope for the best. However, due to all this economic crisis, unfortunately, most of the people, the number one reaction is fear and panic. So whatever they have in their hands, assets, either apartments, investment, real estate, cryptocurrencies, gold, whatever they have available already as an investment portfolio, most of the people in those type of times, they sell out of fear and panic. So if this group of people, they are selling, who's buying? So those who are buying, what do they know that public doesn't know? Very important. Very important. If you are selling, somebody's buying. Well, you should think, why is he buying? He's buying at a good price. So the people who are buying at this crisis, because it's not because they have only the money, they have the understanding. There is always a cycle up and a cycle down. So when things go down, it's also a good opportunity. It's unfortunate, yes, but it's also a very good opportunity. And the crypto itself, especially the stable coins like USDT, for example, there will be more stable coins coming around the world in many countries, and that will be a major financial shift worldwide. So those who have the foresight, the understanding is everything, not just knowledge, understanding. And you participate early, long term, we call it generational wealth. It happened with Bitcoin. Have you purchased Bitcoin was at $1? Because I did not do that. I bought it at 300. Why? I didn't believe it. So many people, lack of belief, lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, they don't participate, lack of fear, I must rather wait. They're reserved for later, when the later come, but at a different price. So it's very important this, everybody should have a good understanding on what is going on around the world in finances. Banking and crypto, they will join forces very soon.
Now, I'd like to know how many percent, as far as you're aware of, how many percent of the people in the world does have those kind of understanding that when challenges comes, there's always an opportunity behind it?
Approximately 10%. 90%, about 85 to 90% of the people around the world, you have to understand them. They're working too much. They have in one job or two jobs. They are very, very, very busy every day, taking care of family, salary, income, payment, debts. To focus in something else, it takes what I call a burning desire. That you should be already too much tired of what you're doing to give you the energy to move on to the next level. And most people don't do that. And it's available for everybody. That's my purpose, to wake you up. It's possible to change your life if you truly want it.
Now, of course, it's part of your advocacy by teaching financial education and having imparted those kind of understanding in business world. How does the market works? How does cryptocurrency? How does the business grows amid certain challenges? And if there's one lesson, at least one lesson that you always share with your listeners and a group of people that you have talked with in your discussions, what it could be, sir?
The biggest one of all, self-awareness. Self-awareness. In Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, I'm going to share this with you, it's very important. He said, he gave us actually in writing, then Think and Grow Rich in the book, 6 steps. I follow those 6 steps for the last 30 plus years. Number 1, you need to know exactly what it is that you want. When does it mean exactly, not halfway, exactly. If you want to buy a new car, what model, what brand, from which dealership, what is the name of the salesperson, what is the purchase price, what is the insurance cost, where will you drive the car, who's going to be with you when you buy the car, and where will you drive the car to enjoy your new purchase, and what kind of music or a song You will be listening as soon as your car is yours. Exactly what it is. Second step, why do you want it? If there is no reason, there is no excitement, there is no emotion, there is no passion. Why? And then by when? When? This year, next year, I wrote a check to myself for $1 million, 1992, February 1992, in a hotel Sheraton in Florida. And I hoped, it was in writing, that I will make $1 million by my birthday, May 26, 1995. It didn't happen. It happened 18 years later, the exact same date. The exact same, 18 years later. So you need to know by when. Then, what are you willing to give up to obtain what it is that you want? What does that mean? Means extra hours, weekends, maybe a little bit away from the family. Maybe you might do some travel. Maybe you have to educate yourself. You have to read maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. What are you going to give up? Because you cannot have your regular life. Plus, you got to give up something. Very important. Then you have to have a plan of action to execute your plans, your ideas, your plan, your goals. And the number 6, you have to repeat the plan. Look at the plan every single day. Some people call it brainwashing. I call it mental programming. I used to watch my check every single day. $1 million coming, $1 million coming, $1 million coming. People thought I was crazy. $1 million coming. My mother thought I was crazy. The check, it's embarrassment. Everybody knows the check, it didn't come. But it came. And when it happened, guess what my mom told me? You are so smart. Because before, what happened? So those 6 steps are very important. And never give up. Never lose faith or belief in yourself if you truly want to achieve a better quality life.
How big is the factor of having faith in your entire journey towards getting this kind of success?
It's not easy. Because when you walk the path to success, you are alone most of the time. Then you have your wife or your mother, your father, your cousin, your friends, society, colleagues who they are not in an alignment with your dreams. And they see you because they care about you. They see you struggling. They see you not succeeding. They see you not making the money. Time goes by. They see and say, stop doing what you're doing. You know it's not working. And these kind of people, because they care about you, which they do care, but they are not you. They are not inside your brain. They are not inside your heart. And each person, we have our own secrets that we don't share with anybody. You have your own inside burning desire. So don't let that flame go away. Keep moving and never give up.
Now, you're here in the Philippines, of course, to bring this cryptocurrency and financial education to the Filipinos, investors or stakeholders in the business industries. What have you seen in the Philippines by delivering this kind of industry?
We had a couple of meetings already, and we have another one. And what I see, they're open-minded. They're eager to learn, very important.
That's important.
They want to participate. They do have a lot of questions, which is good. I love questions, by the way. Questions are free. You can ask whatever you want. But I see a very good market, and I do believe that the right people, when they get together, they can truly make a difference in the entire country. And that's what I'm here for. To help education, open their mind, give them the tools, the systems, the methods, and the techniques, whatever you want to call it, a way for them to understand and improve their life.
So, sir, we're talking about also the value, raising the value of a certain products, or at least your self-value. You have to raise the value and make sure that you have an exact quality of life that you want it to be. So, well, we have an example, like if you buy this kind of bottle in a grocery store, it will cost 20 pesos. But if you buy this in the airport or a 5-star hotel, it will cost double or triple of its regular price. Now, of course, we wanted to know how would you like to impart that how are we going to raise the value of a certain product of or even ourselves, but to at least achieve this kind of quality of life that we want to do?
Through the years, I learned something very basic. Somebody that wants to buy something, their first reaction is, how much is it? Price. But if you really ask them further, and we walk away from price, what do they really want? They are asking a question. They ask you, how much is it? And you responded. You gave them a number. They don't want the number. They want to know what else is there for them from you. Warranty, guarantee. Why this product versus another brand? But most important is the connection with you, with the salesperson. The follow-up, the extra small gift, the nice smile, the attention. All those little things that make a big difference, that increases the value, not just the price. And consumers today, unfortunately, they always ask, how much is it? How much is it? They look for the price because they don't know how to ask a question. What else is there for me? Why should I buy from you? If somebody sells water, two different people. One is just a straight salesman, techniques, language, body language. The other one is very kind, very soft, very caring. People will connect more with that person than the salesman. Because in today's day, what is missing is that personal contact. Is the relationship. Is where you say, I do care about you, not about your money. And that will make a big difference in value.
Wow, that's very huge. Kind of statement, very empowering, and at least, yeah, we've got an idea with you, and we've got a wisdom from you, sir. Now, you're also a multi-awarded person. One of those as President Joe Biden Lifetime Achievement Award. Can you tell us more about this award, sir? And how do you work hard to achieve those kind of awards, sir?
Actually, I was not expecting an award. I had no idea that there is an award of excellency. I just had devoted more than 5,000 hours to contribute to the society, to help different organizations and companies and people for free, education in different aspects, but I never did it for money. I never did it for recognition. I did it as part of me giving back to the society. And then I got this award totally unexpected. I was like shocked. I said, wow, me? What did I do? Then I realized it was more than 5,000 hours because I never counted the hours. You know, when you start giving and contributing and participating, you never sit down to calculate, okay, how many hours can I give? I've lectured to more than 15 universities around Latin America, completely free. I didn't do it for fame or recognition. I was invited the first time. I enjoyed it a lot. I felt so good. I said, I like this. It feels good. Can I help you more? So one university recommended me to another one. So I invested my own time, my own money to go and lecture and help a lot of different people. That sensation, that feeling of happiness, you cannot buy. You have to go through, like when you make donations and help children, like we've done years back in Manila, we helped a lot of children that have no homes and food, shelter, and technology, and education. So when you start helping without making it public, you're doing it silently. That sensation of that you have the ability to participate and you can give and nobody has to know. Whatever you give always come back to you. Not only in money, in good health, good friends,
Many ways.
good relationships. You never know. Always come back.
So I'm interested, sir, asking this is a very viral question in TikTok. There's a famous content creator been asking different billionaires or successful businessmen across the globe, and he's been asking how much amount of the money most in the entire year. So
How
that's my
much
question.
money?
Yeah, the
How-
most much. How much is the most amount of the money that you make a year?
Personally,
Yeah.
that's a personal question.
If you're not willing to share, it's very understandable. But
7 figures.
wow, 7 figures.
Not 8 yet, but coming soon.
That's I got it, sir. Very understandable.
In dollars, not in pesos.
Yeah, in dollars, of course. Now,
In pesos would be probably 12 digits.
oh yeah, it's almost
I would be a
triple the amount.
billionaire already.
Mhm. Well, of course, thank you. Now, sir, this cryptocurrency here in the Philippines, where does the Philippines standing right now in the evolving market of having cryptocurrency in our financial system?
You'll be surprised, but a lot of Filipinos know about crypto.
No more.
They know, they do know.
They do know.
And many have already digital wallets. Actually, yesterday I was surprised to see different people, different age, that they know about Bitcoin, they carry Bitcoin, they do trading, they do XRP, Solana, Ethereum. I was very proud to see people beyond 30, 40 years of age or more, especially more than 50, 60, that they understand crypto. That makes me feel so good, because there is nobody's old. You just get more mature, and more wise, but not old. I don't believe in getting old. It's just a number. But yes, Filipinos, they do have a good knowledge of crypto.
And that's something that you are interested, of course, because Filipinos have at least an idea or the understanding about the cryptocurrency.
Absolutely. Yes. It makes it a lot easier to have training and so forth.
But have you seen any challenges engaging in such business in the Philippines?
Not yet.
Not
Not
at all?
yet.
Mm.
No, so far, not yet. I see good opportunity, good timing, open market. That's what I see.
If we try to compare with the previous countries that you've been, does the Philippines comes easier for you to at least lay down this kind of business?
Oh, I'll be here every 2 months. Other countries, I'll go every 6 months. So I do like Philippines. Very
So-
friendly.
Mhm.
Very, very, very friendly.
Aside from that, their hospitality?
It's like Greeks. We are very hospitable,
Mayo.
friendly, open, happy. Very good.
All right, so if you have your favorite quote in life that you could share with our viewers right now, of course, in the industry of business, what could it be, sir? And why do you choose to have that quote in your life instilled with your heart?
I will tell you some. This is my trademark. Okay, never give up, and keep moving forward. Right now, there are discussions in Hollywood. They want to produce a movie regarding my life story, because they are inspired about they never give up. And I do believe, even in Philippines and many other countries, there are a lot of people who want more in their life. They come so close to achieve it, and then they give up. So never give up, because sometimes the door of success, of happiness is in front of you. You just have to push the door and go through.
Before we part, sir, what is your advice to all the generations that are still seeking for the good quality of life that they are dreaming of?
The number one that I tell everybody, that please, for your own sake, apply respect. Respect the elderly. Respect, number one. Clear communication, very important. Integrity, transparency in whatever you do. Then, not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to like you.
That's a reality.
Not everybody. Leave them alone. There are 8 billion people. Not everybody would like you, but the ones who will do, then you should show loyalty, respect, and communication. That's the best thing.
How do you face those? How do you overcome those reality that not everybody would like you?
It's very simple. When you understand they don't like you, next. They don't like you. And you also, you don't like somebody else. So just shift and change environment and relationships. There's nothing wrong with that. We cannot please everybody. It is absolutely impossible. That's why there's so many religions, there's so many groups, there's so many parties in every country, in every government. There's so many, because people like to belong. So people choose where they would like to feel better. That's all.
Well, thank you so much for this
My
fruitful
pleasure.
conversation, sir.
Thank
Very comprehensive conversation about your learnings in life. How do you get over those from manifestations, making it into reality, and of course your success. And I was really looking forward to have a seat in your discussions about financial management or financial education here in the Philippines, sir. Anyways, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you. And I will see you soon in another program.
All right.
Guarantee.
All right, all right. Once again, thank you so much for joining us live. This is once again our guest from a philanthropist and he's a Greek national, a multi-awarded visionary leader, and financial enthusiast and financial educator. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for Honorable Excellency Dr. Johan Sachtouras'personal. Thank you so much for your time, sir, and thank you so much for watching. You may visit EuroTVPH.com for more news and information, and you may also watch us via Facebook and YouTube and follow us with our social media accounts and via Pinoy Extreme channel. Once again, I am Alvin Palabello, and this is Watchlist, where public interest matters, only here at EuroTV Philippines.